What's up? It's your boy Antonio, also known as Recon4761, is my gamer tag on Xbox One. So when you want to get your game on, look me up and maybe we go one on one. Maybe we can do a mission together or whatever the case may be. It's Friday. I'm here at the Rated Up Gaming Studio B inside the recording studio doing this Samsung Gear equipment update replacement, as you may want to call it, whatever. But anyway, there was a massive recall on all the Samsung Note 7 phones. Something like 2 point something million that were out there. And, I did a little research, a little homework on it to find out how many that were defective. Some people say there was no more than 200 out of the 2.5 million phones that were worldwide. But Samsung didn't want to take any chances, because you had people with the phone blowing up in their SUVs, in their houses when they charged it up. And then you had other people that just, didn't care because they wanted their phone and they wanted to wait for it and they didn't know how long the replacement was going to be. So a lot of the people out of the 2 point something million phones that were returned, they're about still at least 600 to 800,000 phones still out there. That a lot of people say, well, my phone don't heat up, my phone is not getting hot when I charge it or whatever. And I said the kind of the same thing because I called in and I basically said, hey, do I got to return my phone? It's not getting hot when I charge it or whatever the case may be. And I decided just to keep it an extra week. But then when I kept seeing more news flashes about the phone and people charging it, and one guy had it in his pocket and it blew up in his pocket, and it was not a Note 7, but another Samsung phone with the same defective battery in it. I started losing kind of like getting kind of eerie. And then they started banning. That's when it really got serious when you heard people say, well, you can't get on the plane with it unless it's off. You can't come into certain stores or restaurants. And people were thinking you were walking around with a bomb and, just ready to go off. And I said, you know what, man, forget this. I'm just going to call them up and let them know that I'm coming down to the T-Mobile store down here in Chicago in the mall. And I mean, I went down there and honestly, it was like a 2.5 hour wait. It was not like it was a big line of people. The thing about it is they just didn't expect this recall, and a lot of the stores and the managers and the people they wasn't prepared for this. And to me it was an inconvenience, and I'll be honest with you, and I'm just keeping it real. So I decided just to, stick it out, go down there and get my black one back and just be done with it. And, with the incentives that they threw in, because I filled out my form on my first Note 7 Black to get certain products, as you can see on the table. Like they had a 1 year Netflix prescription, they had a Gear Watch, and then, of course, you had the 256 memory card, is what you're looking at right now. So I didn't want none of that. I wanted the 256 memory card because the Note 7 comes with a 64 internal memory. So when you throw this bad boy in there, man, you got a good almost over 300 and something, memory in the phone, pushing it to the full capability, because my S6 that I've got, which as you can see, I'm recording on it right now, has 128 internal built memory in it. And that was a special pre-order that I ordered, and that was a limited edition. So with that, I decided, I'm going to take it, get it done and over with. I'm not going to waste any more time on this stuff. I mean, it was a hassle, going down there waiting and, them on the phone and doing all the information that is needed to return the phone, taking the stock number off the box. And I had everything in its original box. That's what's crazy. They didn't even want to open the box up at the store. That's how serious they were taking this. They were told by T-Mobile and Samsung, do not open the box, do not look at the phone, do not try to attempt to turn it on. Just give them and swap it out, whatever the case may be. And I was like, wow, that's serious. So there was people in there. One guy was standing in front of me. He had just the foam and he had no box. And I just don't understand why people throw their boxes away right away. And that's something, you shouldn't do when you get products and you have. I mean, I can understand after a couple of months, then toss it. But when you buy any product, you was always supposed to keep your boxes. I don't care if it's, shoes. I don't care if it's something small. You just keep your box for at least 30 or 60 days, because you never know if you might want to return it or if it's defective or whatever the case may be. Then you can just throw it back in the box and go bam. That's just my thing. That's what I do, man. I sit on my boxes like even over a year. when it comes to stuff like that, because you never know. This is the case that they threw in over here for the inconvenience, the manager at the store, which was a pretty cool case. And I mean, I had several cases to choose from, and I choose this one because it's a nice black clear smoke, which doesn't hide my new Note 7, as you can see. See, it's silver. Check it out. And I had the black one. I mean, they didn't have a black one there. They had this one and a blue left, and the black ones were all gone. So I said, you know what? I was kind of skeptical. And then once I got it and I saw the way it looked, and as you can see, I'm going to slide it in this case right here so you guys can check it out. And look how it looks. Bam. Pretty sweet, huh? See? So that's how that looks on that. And then on top of that, I decided to go ahead and get the Gear, which is the Samsung Gear Icon X, which I've been eyeing when I had my black one, when I went into the T-Mobile store to go pay my bill. And I said, man, I got to get these bad boys. So I looked into it and I saw what it could do. And as you can see, I have an old Motorola, which was given to me early in the year from my boy where I worked at. And he used to work with Motorola, and he had a couple of these. And he said he didn't like these things like these little bugs in his ear. And he was more into the headphones being put on his ear or around his ear. So he goes, you want one, dude? I got exactly what you want. And I said, yeah, man. And this is so cool and perfect, man, because you can't really tell it's in your ear. It looks like a little CIA bug or you're working for the Secret Service. That's how pretty cool this thing is. And I've been rocking it ever since the beginning of the year, and I still love this thing. And it's got 3 charges. This is the case, and as you can see, the light is blinking and stuff like that. And it'll charge it 3 times, and it's got 3 hours of talk time, music, or whatever on this thing. There's a more advanced one that gives you 8 hours. So I just stuck with this one since it was given to me for free. I'm not going to complain. Then I had this one over the last couple of years that I've been going back and forth to LA, doing a lot of my game shows with it, tournaments and traveling and stuff like this. And this is a beast too, because this is HD and this is wireless. This thing's got 6 hours of playtime, talk time, and whatever on this. And I'm still rocking this. So I swing with both of them. I use this as my talk piece when I get phone calls and stuff like this, because you could just put this in your ear. And I still have this one wrapped around my neck, and when I'm ready to listen to music and stuff, I just pop these in my ears and boom, there she goes. But anyway, now I got this, the Icon, Gear X, which is something new. I haven't had time to play with it or charge it up. I know that, this is the case, basically the same type of case as this. And you got 2 earbuds. Instead of rocking with the one, you got 2 now. And the sweet thing I like about this, it hooks up to your phone. You can stream music from the Note, which is this, to this, or you can use the internal 4 gig memory that's built into these earbuds and store all your music, if you got ebooks, informations and stuff like that, appointments, and just play it from the earpiece without going through the phone, which is real sweet. So that way you don't strain your batteries down too much. I know that you got 3 hours of playtime on this if you use the internal memory that's built into this and store your music. Now, if you stream it from your Notes over to your earpiece, you got less than 1 hour from the reviews and the stuff that I saw. And I'm like, man, that's, cool and dandy, but I don't do a lot of streaming music and stuff like that. If anything, I record a lot of my music and then store it and then just play it directly from either the phone into my earpieces, or I'll store it onto the earbud and just do it from that way. And I like these things because they're pretty cool. And I'll be honest with you, this I played all summer on the basketball court, and this thing, the earbud did not fall out of my ear. I did some running in it. I did some extreme sports in it, and it stayed in. Because a lot of people say, well, don't it fall out of your ear? Can you tell? You can't really tell. But what's sweet about this one is water resistant, sweat resistant, and everything. And I haven't got a chance to try it out, but I'm definitely going to try it out this next week, because we're supposed to get some nice weather. It's been kind of rainy up here in Chicago and kind of drizzly. So haven't had time to get out on the court and run with it and play with it and ball with it and check it out. But I'll definitely give you my reviews on this once I try that out and take it from there. So definitely stay tuned on the reviews on the Samsung Gear Icon X cord-free, fitness earbuds. And I'm definitely going to take this little bad boy for a spin, which we all know what memory cards can do, but the more memory you got in the phone, the better quality as far as videos and pictures and just music you can download and stuff like that, because then you never have to worry about running out of anything, and that's my thing. I'm big on memory when it comes to doing stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to pop that bad boy memory into my new Note 7 Silver. So guys, with that said, this wraps up this tech gear, replacement for the Samsung products on this Friday here from the Rated F Gaming Studios in Chicago. So you guys, I got another big box opening coming next week. So I'm not going to say what it is, but it's something definitely that I need here for the studio to do the continuous upgrades from now into 2017 to be competitive, if you know what I mean. So with that, guys, you take care. Have yourself a fabulous weekend. And with that, coming to you from the Rated Up Gaming Studio, game on.